guys? I'm Paul. This is Pauline Theology's Daily Devo, man. We're back. We're talking about Judges, and we're about to hit up Gideon. We about to jump straight into Gideon, man. We are on the fourth, yes, the fourth major judge in the Judges cycle in the Book of the Saviors. So let's go ahead without further ado, and let's get on into it, man. All right. We've got Judges chapter 6, verse 11. It says, "Now the angel of the Lord came and sat under the terebinth of Oprah, which belonged to Joash, the Abiezerite, while his son Gideon was beating out wheat in the winepress to hide it from the Midianites. And the angel of the Lord appeared to him and said to him, 'The Lord is with you, O mighty man of valor.' And Gideon said to him, 'Please, my Lord, if the Lord is with us, why then has all this happened to us? And where are all his wonderful deeds that our fathers recounted to us, saying, Did not the Lord bring us up from Egypt? By now the Lord has forsaken us and given us into the hand of Midian.' And the Lord turned to him and said, 'Go in this might of yours and save Israel from the hand of Midian. Do not I send you?' And he said to him, 'Please, Lord, how can I save Israel? Behold, my clan is the weakest in Manasseh, and I am the least in my father's house.' And the Lord said to him, 'But I will be with you, and you shall strike the Midianites as one man.'" So we're going to stop right there. What we got? What's going on? The first question, what is going on? What's actually happening in these verses? Well, it says an angel of the Lord came and sat under the terebinth of Oprah. I think that's just a tree. A terebinth is a tree. So he came up and sat under this thing, and Gideon was beating out some wheat in the wine press because he was hiding, or it says he was running, actually, or running scared from the Midianites, just like everybody else, running scared, man. It's funny because he's hiding because you're supposed to beat wheat out in the open. So kind of like he's making it hard on himself to do this. Because whenever you beat wheat, you like beat it and throw it up in the air, and then you let the wind catch the chaff, and then the good stuff falls down into the grain. But if he's hiding out in this barn type thing, you know what I mean, the wine press, then he ain't getting much wind. So like the idea is that the oppression of the Midianites is so strong that they're trying to find ways that they can still produce some kind of crop, you know what I mean, that nobody can see them do it, because this is the only way he's going to be able to keep the food. Because if he's out in the open busting this stuff up, they're going to come and they're going to devour it. So Gideon's doing this, right? And then the angel of the Lord that was under the tree appears to him, and he says, which is so funny, he says, "Oh mighty man of valor." He's like, "Oh strong man, oh tough man, oh brave man." You know what I'm saying? When we just heard a second ago that he's a scaredy cat because he's hiding. That's funny. And Gideon said to him, he says, "The Lord is with you." But Gideon's like, "Bro, if the Lord's with me, then why are we being oppressed?" It's funny because like the angel of the Lord literally just told the people the reason why they're being oppressed. He's like, "I've done all of this stuff beforehand, and you do not listen to me. You're turning to other gods. So that's why you're oppressed." But Gideon, he tripping, bro. And he just asking questions, man. He just like, "Man, why are you doing this? Well, why you allowing these Midianites to take over us if the Lord is with me?" And so he talks about all that stuff. You know, he's like, "You brought me out of Egypt. You did all these wonders before the sight of my forefathers. But we being oppressed." But the Lord said this. He said to him, he says, "Go in the might of yours and save Israel." That's funny, dude, because he's still weak. He still feels like he can't do anything. He's like, "Go in your might, and then take it over, man." He's like, "Bro, I can't do that, man." He's like, "I'm the smallest, the weakest, and everything." Just continually showing his weakness. But then God says this. He says, "I am with you. I am with you." And a powerful thing, if you read in Hebrew, is that "I am" is the name Ehyeh, and that's the divine name that God spoke to Moses on the burning bush. And so, in some ways, it could even see it's because Yahweh, or I am, the great I am, is with you, because He is, man. He's with him. And so, Whenever he says, "I am with you," bro, that's gotta bring some power. That's gotta bring some strength, man. So what should we take from this? What can we see about God in this? Well, He's the God who is with. So that man, I did a study on that the other day, man, and it's powerful to know that that's a picture of Him, a character that God has assigned to Himself, or it's not assigned to Himself. It just is who He is. But He is the God who is with. He will be what He will be in order to save His people, and that's what He's about to do here. He's going to change old scaredy cat Gideon into a valiant warrior, a mighty man of valor, just like He called him. He's calling him out and making him to be that which He called him. So he's not this right now, but what God sees in Gideon is quite different than what Gideon sees in himself. And the second thing is, what can we see? And then I guess I think also that God is a God who cares. He not only he's there for Gideon, but Gideon's asking all these questions. He's nervous. He's scared, but God cares enough about him to strengthen him and build him up. He listens to him and He doesn't throw him aside just because he's doubting. And then what does it say about man? I think it says that sometimes we don't. Well, we're weak. Just straight up, we're weak. We're scared, and we can't do anything. But what it does say about us is that even in our weakness, and our frailty, and our ability to not handle situations because we crazy or some whatever the frailty is, whatever the brokenness is in us, God can use us, and He can make us powerful beyond measure. So, what should we take from this? What should we know from this? Well, I think we should remember the words of Paul in the New Testament. He says, "When I am weak, He is strong." It's because out of our weakness, our strength is made known. And then when our strength is made known, it's given to God for His glory alone, not ours. It's God's glory. And that's what He wants the world to see. I think it says in the New Testament as well, it says that it is the things that people think are crazy. It's the things that people think are weak. And it's the things that people think are sickly that God uses to shame the wise, to shame the strong. And so that's wonderful to see, because I know I'm weak, man. I know I have tendencies to do wrong, but God would still use me, and He will use you as well, just like He's about to use Gideon, this hiding weakling. He's about to make him a great and valiant warrior. May God be with you today and see that you, no matter who you are, can be a great and valiant warrior through the name of Jesus. I'll see you guys tomorrow.